He's a complete package. He bowls a little bit with the left arm spin also, and bats really well. So I think that's a good change. Shaheen or Hussain, I was tilted more toward Hussain because I wanted a little bit of surprise because he hasn't played against South Africa, because he could have made the difference, you know, a bit more pace, a bit more bounce. But yeah, Shaheen is also as good as Hussain. They're both very young. They're both express. So I feel that it's the right changes. The pit, Rabada and the party, you know, if they don't lose wickets, I think they'll be okay. There'll be a little bit of swing early on. They need to survive.
We're going to take a little break. I was just about to ask you very quickly in one word, which end did you prefer to bowl from there at Lord's?
I love to bowl with the new ball from the far end, which is pavilion end.
Yeah.
But once the ball get reversed, then I used to love it from this end because it's uphill, and if you can bring the ball back into the right hander from up the hill, can be handy.
Yeah, you were quite handy yourself. Well done. Thanks, Waqar. Good stuff. Time for a break. Right, go.
मैच काफी इंटेंस हो गया है. Balls हैं कम और runs ज़्यादा. 5 balls and 9 runs needed. A few extras would help. Share more this cricket season with 15% extra.
This summer मिलने वाला है crunchy cookies और cream का thrilling मजा जो दुनिया बदल देगा. Cookie Mania से. Presenting more Cookie Mania now in freezers. Monday, June 24th. Coverage starts 1 p.m. ICC Cricket World Cup 2019. Live on 10 Sports.
We welcome you to Monday Night Raw. Get ready, WWE Universe. You gotta be kidding me! We are just getting started here. This is what Monday Night Raw is all about. Welcome everyone to SmackDown Live.
This is the land of opportunity.
SmackDown Live is the place to be. Nobody does it better. We do it right here on SmackDown Live.
England versus Australia, Tuesday, June 25th. Coverage starts 1 p.m. ICC Cricket World Cup 2019. Live on 10 Sports. Pakistan, Wednesday, June 26th. Coverage starts 1 p.m. ICC Cricket World Cup 2019. Live on 10 Sports.
We welcome you to Monday Night Raw. Get ready, WWE Universe. You gotta be kidding me! We are just getting started here. This is what Monday Night Raw is all about. Welcome everyone to SmackDown Live.
A reminder of our service tyres bike contest. Every day we ask you 2 questions for a chance to win a motorbike. 2 questions today. Which teams played the first test match in the National Stadium, Karachi? And secondly, how many continents does Service Tyres export to? How do you get your hands on the bike? Well, you have to like the Service Tyres Facebook page, and that is facebook.com/Service Tyres, and then you have to inbox your answers for a chance to win a motorbike. Winners will announce in our post show. Good luck with that. Meanwhile, now it's time for a Tapal Cricket Mer or Ek Cup Chai.
क्रिकेट में और एक कप चाय तपाल दानेदार.
Well, we know that Pakistan have won the toss and they're batting first. Batting averages, if you just look here, Pakistan are down, well down the list in the top order there is 27. South Africa is above them at 31 and India at the top with 51, England at 45. But we do know that Pakistan's batting has misfired so far. So let's go straight to Waqar Yunus. Waqar, Haris Sohail is in the side. We're expecting more from Imam and from Fakhar and from Babar Azam. Talk to us about Pakistan's batting for this match.
Yeah, Pakistan's got few left-handers in the side. I'm very hopeful. With Haris Sohail coming down the order at number 5 will give a little bit more stability. He's a wonderful player. But my issue remains the same. It's the first 10 overs. If they can, be a little watchful. Fakhar's got to play the way he plays. You cannot really change him. Imam's got to really be careful, play sensibly and get through this first 10 overs, and I think things will become easier. Pakistan played with 2 spinners. Pakistan bowling attack is really good. Pakistan should not think of 300 or 350 or, if it comes, that's well and good. Think of 250. With the 2 spinners at Lords, there are not many times we have seen that 300 has been scored. Maybe 250 might be enough. So think of 250, and if it goes beyond that, that'll be bonus.
Also, the other thing, I know it's different, Waqar, just very briefly though, last year, test match, and I know it was Mohammad Abbas took 10 wickets, but Pakistan beat England on this ground. So 1 or 2 of those players, Shadab is one of them, know exactly what it's like to play at Lords. Know exactly what it's like to play at Lords.
Yeah, Pakistan's got a good history. Test matches, we have hardly lost a test match here at Lords. One-day cricket, the history suggests that we always play better cricket, good cricket here. And I'm sure guys even know that. Guys know the importance of this game. And the crowd, I'm really impressed to see so many greens here. So you will see a lot of Pakistanis, and of course South Africans also green. So you'll see a few greens already there. So it'll be a lot of support for Pakistan, let alone what happened in the tournament so far. Pakistani crowd really proud of them. They just come out in numbers wearing the green and supporting their team.
Good stuff, Waqar. Good to see you there, looking so well as well. We'll leave it there for the moment. Thanks very much indeed. And that was our Tapal Cricket Mer or Ek Cup Chai.
क्रिकेट में और एक कप चाय तपाल दानेदार.
Well, this is the team. Fakhar Zaman, Imam ul Haq. Need some runs from these boys. Babar Azam, Mohammad Hafiz, Haris Sohail comes into the side for Shoaib Malik. Safraz, Imad Wasim and Shadab Khan. And And we've got Wahab Riaz, Mohammad Amir and Shaheen Shah Afridi in for Hassan Ali. So we've got 3 left-arm quicks, and the temptation to play Mohammad Hasnain resisted. All right, that is it. Oh gosh, we're looking forward to this one. Support the Pakistan team is hashtag Humari Bari, Danny Morrison and myself, and of course Waqar Yunus will be back the mid-innings break. Come on Pakistan, support the team. Pakistan are batting.
मैच काफी इंटेंस हो गया है। बॉल्स हैं कम और रन ज्यादा। 5 balls and 9 runs needed. A few extras would help. Share more this cricket season with 15% extra.
हर सुबह ऑल पर स्क्रीन जगाए ग़िज़ाइयत की लाली जगाए लाली। ऑल पर दे अपनी काउस को इतना प्यार कि फ्रेश मिल्क से बनी नई ऑल पर स्क्रीन जगाए ग़िज़ाइयत की लाली हर बार। ऑल पर की नई ऑल पर डेयरी क्रीम। ऑल पर सुबह बखैर जिंदगी।
Bangladesh versus Afghanistan, Monday, June 24th. Coverage starts 1 p.m. ICC Cricket World Cup 2019, live on 10 Sports.
To Monday Night Raw. Get ready, WWE Universe. You gotta be kidding me! We are just getting started here. This is what Monday Night Raw is all about. Welcome everyone to SmackDown Live.
This is the land of opportunity.
SmackDown Live is the place to be. Nobody does it better. We do it right here on SmackDown Live.
London. Yeah, wonderful sights here in London. We're at the home of cricket. Lords and 2 sides here will hope that they can put on a show, a good show, because up to this point they've faltered and they arrive without any room for failure whatsoever. Both coaches, well, have done as much as they can do, as they do, and must sit on the other side of the ropes whilst these 2 teams, their men, go out and try and do the best they can. The toss went Pakistan's way, and they decided that they would bat first. It's Pakistan, South Africa in match 30, live to you from Lords. Yeah, beautiful sights, and a good thing we can see them. It's not a grey day. Some decent weather in the last couple of days here in the UK. South Africa and Pakistan, it tells such a story, those 2 teams towards the bottom of the table and needing others to do things for them if they're to end up anywhere close to that top 4. A side that's full of talent. Fakhar Zaman, Babar Azam, important men, as is Hafiz. Actually, the bowling of Wahab Riaz has been good. He's been able to break things open now and again, but it's been Mohammad Amir who's been so good for them and outstanding. South Africa
batting just hasn't clicked. De Kock, he's been probably the best of the lot. In fact, second best, because Van der Dussen down the list, who's new to the side, has been head and shoulders above those who are supposed to show him the way. They would like some runs from their top order, but it's their bowlers that must start things off today and try and swing the ball around if there's any swing at all. There hasn't been much, if anything, actually through the tournament. They must give their team not too many to chase and trying to win 3 games and see what happens at the end of that. For Pakistan, pretty much the same thing. Win the 4 that remain
And they are joined on
and hope that the other teams can falter, those that are seemingly going so well. Some wonderful games yesterday in this ICC Men's Cricket World Cup. Could have gone either way. Some will say should have gone that way, but the teams that won, India and New Zealand, quite happy. And New Zealand right on top of the table, sitting pretty, not a blemish for either of those in the tournament. They'll sit in that pavilion, they'll watch, they'll wait, they'll hope.
Please be upstanding
Anthems.
for the national anthems of South Africa and Pakistan.
Done, fans ready, hope you're ready wherever you are, and the players certainly have to be ready. The story for South Africa is simple. They lose, they're out of the tournament, can't make it anymore. For Pakistan, well, they must win too. Must use loosely there, because if they don't, they can still hope that they win the others and results go their way with other teams. But of course, no team wants it to be that way. want to ensure that they keep their fate in their own hands. A final huddle then for South Africa as Faf du Plessis lays down the law. He says that they are freer because the pressure is off, and yet the pressure is always on, because when you play for your country, well, it's there. It just is. Can they tournament? And it shows with where they are in the table, towards the bottom and not challenging at this stage for the top four. Expectation would have been, even if the tournament didn't go so well, that they'd be up there mixing it with the best of them. It's not to be. Pakistan, a side mercurial, but you just never know. Interesting also that the team they have beaten in this tournament is England, who are touted, well, were prior to their next loss, favourites to win the whole tournament. Wasim Akram alongside me. You captained, you played, you've been in this sort of situation. Morning to you, mate, and what are your thoughts for today?
Good morning, Pommy. Good morning, everyone. It's a very, very important game for Pakistan and for South Africa. Obviously, they made two changes. Haris Sohail comes in for the experienced Shoaib Malik, and of course, young talent Shaheen Afridi comes in for Hassan. Rabada will take the new ball, and Pakistan, I think, did well. Because when I went with you in the morning to look at the pitch, to me, coming from subcontinent, it looked a lot of grass on the pitch, but it was dry underneath. And I think it's a good decision. They're going to see, they have to see off the new ball. Imamul Haq is a very talented, very young, only 23 in this World Cup, averaging 26 and a half. And Fakhar Zaman, attacking player, hasn't done well so far in this World Cup. Pakistan team relies heavily on him. He's 29 years of age. He's number 10 in ICC ODI ranking, averaging 30 with 150 and 130.
Yep, ready to go. Kumar Damasina has called play. Here's Rabada. Pakistan away straight away. Be looking to see whether there's any shape there at all.
First delivery was slightly straighter. He's bowling from the nursery end, so it means the ball will come in to the right-hander because of the slope. To left-hander, beg your pardon. Kumar Dharmasena, one of the best umpires in world cricket. And Joel Wilson, standing in the 61th ODI. So far, so good. We haven't seen any seam, haven't seen any bounce, although he only bowled 2 deliveries, Rabada.
Wobbly seam. It would be having to climb up that slope to go across. 2 slips. Loves it out there. Banged away for 4. Fakhar Zaman.
That's Fakhar Zaman, attacking player. He's off the mark. He was short, he was wide, and that's what he wants. Either side of the square. Here we go. Don't bowl him there. Still 2 slips in place. He's got fine leg and third man back on the boundary. And a lot of support here for Pakistan, Bobby. You can see the green flags.
You have to discern which is South Africa, which is Pakistan. But I agree with you. There's a whole lot more support for Pakistan. To look at the Pakistan side, couple of changes.
Yeah, Shaheen comes in for Hassan, and of course Haris Sohail comes in for Shoaib Malik.
So important to start well. Rabada and Ngiti as a partnership up at the top. Normally what they've done is they've managed to take early wickets. It's been a tough old tour for South Africa. This is a look at their side, unchanged. Ngiti back from injury in a previous game. It's just been a World Cup riddled with changes as far as South Africa are concerned, because with what they brought here and what ended up happening, things haven't gone according to plan. Men haven't played well either. First one done. It's 5 without loss.
मैच काफी इंटेंस हो गया है. बॉल्स हैं कम और रन ज्यादा. 5 balls and 9 runs needed. A few extra.
दुनिया बदल देगा कुकी मेनिया से. Presenting more Cookie Mania, now in freezers near you. हमारी बारी 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 हमारी बारी 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 हमारी स्पोर्ट्स के साथ होगी तैयारी हमारी बारी बारी बारी.
Another quick bowler. Idea of ODI ranking 25, is only 23 years of age. Bright.
This cricket season with 15% extra.
This summer मिलने वाला है क्रंची कुकीज और क्रीम का थ्रिलिंग मजा जो दुनिया बदल देगा कुकी मेनिया से. Presenting more Cookie Mania, now in freezers near you. हमारी बारी 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 हमारी बारी 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 हमारी स्पोर्ट्स के साथ होगी तैयारी हमारी बारी बारी बारी.
Another quick bowler. Idea of ODI ranking 25, is only 23 years of age. Bright future ahead. I like his attitude. I like the way he runs in. He's sharp. Average on the higher side, obviously. Young. Early days in his career. He's got 2 slips as well for Imam.
Nice start. Good line. Yeah, all about no room at all, and he'll try and just run across and get the ball off the surface to leave the left-handers, get those slips in play.
And I think he's bowling from pavilion end, and it means the ball will start with the slope. He's running into the slope, so ball will slant across the left-hander. The hence 2 slips in place. All the MCC members are there enjoying the day at cricket. So far pitch looks good. So far it appears a good decision by the Pakistani captain after winning the toss to elect to bat on this wicket.
So far?
Early days, so far, yes.
98 in East Babar Azam. What a play it is to get to 3,000 one-day international runs. A wicket for Shadab Khan. I'll get him 50 wickets. Petlugai as well will get 50 if he gets another year.
Have they been criticized back home, the South African team?
You bet.
Really?
You bet.
Same Pakistan as well.
Yep. There's just expectation.
I'm all for cricketing criticism. You know, it's okay. It's part of the job. People are disappointed back home, but you don't go personal, because these guys are also humans. End of the day, they're trying their best.
Nicely played. Just a punch. Criticism. It's difficult to prescribe for the fans, punters out there, how they should do it. They'll do it how they like, actually. And essentially, it's then incumbent on players to be able to try and block it out. It's difficult these days because it's all in your face, isn't it? Social media, all the rest. In times past, perhaps you could just choose not to read the newspapers and not to watch the television, and you might be okay. He didn't quite time it. Through the hands because of the width. Not quite in the gap. It's 9 without loss. Look at the table, and New Zealand have been brilliant in the tournament. They got better and better and better. It's New Zealand and Australia up at the top. New Zealand and India, the two sides that haven't lost a game. England, 3 difficult games to come, and they'll feel confident that they can get the points they need to also end up in the mix. And the teams below that, of course, will want to have a say. Bangladesh and Sri Lanka, they're still have big chances. It looked pretty much like before this week that the table was going to separate. There were going to be those that were going to go up top and those that were going to go down south, and that was it.
Yeah, that's what everyone thought, but look, it's wide open for the 4th team, or maybe for the 3rd team as well. Sri Lanka is there, Bangladesh is up there. They got 3 games each, and Pakistan got 3 games after today.
A win crucial for Pakistan. Shot short and pulled away. 4 runs.
Like I said, he's very strong either side of the pitch, front or behind square. Fakhr Zaman, look at this shot. It was a quick bowler, quick delivery, 140 kilometers an hour, but that's his strength. Downhill. There we go. He was on the front foot as well. That's his game. Dangerous player.
Two sides that have played each other in recent times. In South Africa, you'd feel should be confident in coming up against Pakistan because they managed to get the better of them. But a totally different story when you turn up at a World Cup and look at South Africa's form, confidence, all of that, it's down. Pakistan, well, many are more accustomed to them able to shift, whether it's from playing well to playing badly. And so being in this situation where they must win their games and still could still shake up the table and be there at the end, you wouldn't put it past them to do it.
Absolutely spot on. And Pakistan can only concentrate on their games. They don't have to worry what's happening, with the other sides. First job is to win their 4 games and then see what happens. Concentrate on every game. Big day today for both the sides.
Just about out of nowhere. A heave-ho and 1 bounce over the rope. 4 runs. He does it this way, Fakhr Zaman.
Very exciting talent, Fakhr Zaman. Look at this, was middle leg, and he went all the way. 1 bounce into the fence, the longest part of this beautiful ground, 88 meters. He was ready, wasn't he? So that's a problem when you bowl from the media end. With slope, middle, if you pitch in middle, you'll definitely, go towards leg side the delivery. So to start just outside off stump, to finish off middle. His fine leg is gone squarer now, so it's his square leg, no fine leg now for Fakhr.
17 without loss. They need him to stand up today. Rabada, du Plessis quickly across to have a chat over there. There's an old jersey.
Yeah, absolutely. I was looking at it thinking 92 World Cup. One of the best colors I think Pakistan cricket team had. As far as World Cup concerns, the same color. And then the 99 World Cup, if you remember, fluorescent green it was.
Yeah, remember it swinging round corners.
Because it was a Duke ball we used in that World Cup.
Shot. 2 full. And Imam ul Haq forcefully into the shot. And he gets it through the gap. Nice flurry this for Pakistan.
Positive start, full delivery. He's a very good player, technique-wise, Imam ul Haq. Beautiful shot. His weight was on the front foot. Bowler is not happy with himself because he pitched it up on this pitch. That's a problem I'm seeing nowadays with young bowlers. They can't bowl 6 deliveries at one length. They got to try full, they got to try variation, they got to try back of hand. It's all okay in the last 10 overs if batsman is having a go at you or in a shorter format.
Again, better this time. Oh, lovely from Imam ul Haq.
Very classy from Imam ul Haq. 2 fours, 2 deliveries. They're off to flyer now, Pakistan. 25 for none. We are into 4th over. Look at this. You open the face off the bat to create a gap between mid-off and extra cover. Here we go. Beautiful. An elegant.
Beautiful batting. And he's managed to get the gap. Right of Miller, left of Miller. Round the wicket now.
You know, probably bowlers nowadays don't realize. I'll come back to this point now. Both the coaches having a look at the pitch. And I think a good decision by Pakistan. And he was talking about the slope there, Sean Pollock.
Loves the gadget, Sean.
Found one today.
Yeah, we got a spirit level you can put out there today. Nice line. Good length, particularly there. That's what's important. He's just been too full from the start of this over.
Probably bowlers don't realize when they come around the wicket, it's easier for a batsman to see their action. You only go around the wicket when nothing is happening. And this is the pitch. If you are from subcontinent, from Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, you'll think, oh, a lot of grass. But if you're playing here in this part of the world, it's very normal because it's dry underneath. So coming back to the point I was saying, bowlers come around the wicket a bit too quick nowadays. Try your normal length, normal deliveries, because I used to come around the wicket to the right-handers when nothing was happening, and then try a different angle, try something else to get a wicket. But my wicket-taking delivery was always over the wicket, especially with the new ball.
I guess essentially, if you're looking at these two right-handers operating, and you've got to throw in the slope in talking about these two guys because it will be something peculiar for them. You've got to use whatever angles you have. Nice shot. Oh, yes. Again, perhaps a little full. In fact, you might go not too bad a ball. The shots have been excellent. 29 without loss.
11. I thought he's going towards mid-wicket and then he checked his shot. Sensible thinking. Best of the lot this. Sheer timing. On the front foot. That's a good sign. They're not worried about the grass on the pitch, and look at the support they have today. The lodge is full of green. Different shades of green, but it's all green. And mostly Pakistan supporters.
Fielded. Looking giddy at short fine leg. Work on side, he'll look to work on side all the time.
That's where they have to improve. A bit of hesitation. Fakhr's job is to reach his end, and Imam will look at the fielder. He doesn't have to look at the fielder behind him.
Better line. The ball's not swinging, hasn't too much dip at all through the tournament. And when you come here and as on about the slope and these guys, giddy, and it can be awkward. You turn up and you're not entirely sure, you know, where you are with your line. You think you're bowling the right line and the ball keeps disappearing down the hill to the boundary.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And bowlers also, young bowlers, you know, upcoming bowlers get also under pressure when they bowl at Leeds because they're going uphill and running from the football ground end at Leeds. You run down the hill. It's much easier. You feel lighter. But this is different altogether. And Lord's slope starts from on your screen from right to left. Sensible cricket.
Yeah, and if you think of the boundaries that have been hit today, they've all been down the hill. There's one that Fakhr Zaman sides through the offside that was wide from Rabada, but everything else, even Gidi, who thinks he's on off stump, just nudged. As soon as it beats the gap, you're not catching it up down the hill. There's one on the offside, too much width. And he climbs into it, Fakhr Zaman. It's 35 without loss.
It was up in the air for a while. Let's have a look. He played it on the up, miles away. No chance.
You got short miles.
मैच काफी इंटेंस हो गया है. बॉल्स हैं कम और रन ज्यादा. 5 balls and 9 runs needed. A few extras would help.
Round the wicket, not necessarily a bad idea. With us talking about the slope, the ball's going to go that way anyway, and he's trying to control what line he's bowling because he probably feels that he's too far outside off, and he can even go straighter at Imam ul Haq.
He's feeling a lot more comfortable bowling from around the wicket, Gidi. Good start, positive start from Pakistan. They're going to come back for 2. Excellent. They're on their toes today, both the openers. Imam is on 19. It's 7 for none. We're into 6th over. 2 changes made by Pakistan. Shoaib Malik out. Haris Sohail comes in, and then Hassan Ali get dropped, and Shaheen Shah Afridi comes in for him.
strike. Over pitch there. Yeah, Miller for his troubles has got a stinger. Save 3. Yeah, wide. Very wide that. Perhaps not so wide that one. According to Waz though, it's miles away. All that matters is it smashes into the boundary rope. It concedes. Faf du Plessis says I need to protect that boundary. Too many have gone in that region. Look at the Pakistan side, a couple of changes today. Babar Azam is such a special player. Love watching him. Hafiz has been good. Harris into the side today. And the skipper so good at nudging and nurdling. Imad Wasim, yeah, can handle the bat, as can Shadab and Wahab should it be necessary, and Amir. And in the side for their bowling, Shaheen Shah Afridi also in.
He's got third man back on the boundary, and then fine leg up in the circle, and man patrolling the extra cover boundary. So with this sort of field set, obviously it appears that he's going to bowl outside off stump or just off stump.
It's a good pitch. The ball's not gone sideways. It's come on quite nicely onto the bat. And the Pakistani openers giving their side a good start here. Good rate of scoring.
Better length, better line from Nagiri coming around the wicket to the left-handers. Strong lad, 23 years of age.
Yes, strong lad and suffered injuries so early in his career, so fitness is going to be something he has to work on. That leg side, Letluaya van der Dussen. Again, it dished one out to Rabada, is dished another to Ngiti. This time it goes all the way for 6. 44 without loss.
What a shot from this youngster. It was slightly short of the length, and he was at it for the maximum. That too in front of square. He's on 24 now.
Big shout from Rabada, and Noel says, umpire Dharmasena. It's a chat between a bowler and keeper, and du Plessis already turned around and is walking back, so we're not going to go upstairs.
Maybe going down leg or pitched outside leg. We'll have a look in the replay. He's got slip in place, Rabada, for Imam. Big appeal. It was a fuller delivery. Your eye pitched outside leg to start off with. Good decision by Dharmasena, one of the top umpires in world cricket.
I'd say one of the easier ones, but yeah, none of them are, I guess. I'm surprised he didn't just change it up, Faf du Plessis. Decide to check if one of his other bowlers, maybe go to Morris, can have a go here. It's all Pakistan at this stage. Have a look at this shot. absolutely smites this.
And he was outside off stump. It wasn't even middle leg.
It seems he decides on the length that he wants to hit that way. And if it's anywhere near that length, he plays that shot. He played it to Rabada as well, where you didn't think it was necessarily a bad ball, but he just pulls it out, and it's out of nowhere.
Dangerous player. Very special player to watch sometimes. When he scores runs, it's exciting to watch. He hit big shots as well. Been quiet in this World Cup, only 150.
Nice line. Yeah, it's easier, it's calmer for the bowler as he runs up and is bowling to Imam ul Haq, because he's a correct player and he'll look to play each one kind of in its zone and as it comes. Whereas you don't know what you're going to get when it's Fakhar Zaman who's facing. Likes it wide of off, doesn't mind it straight, plays square of the wicket. Pace, good pace.
140.5 kilometers an hour, 141 kilometers an hour. That was quick. He's into his fourth over. Rabada conceded 21 runs. Cross seam again. But you see, that's where young bowlers should learn. Cross seam, you're bowling the seventh over with the second new ball. Cross seam is not going to seam around. When you hit the deck with your seam, then you'll get the seam movement.
.46 with that loss.
मैच काफी इंटेंस हो गया है. बॉल्स हैं कम और रन से
Excellent start, this by Pakistan. Opting to bat first, and runs coming predominantly in boundaries, and of course the six from Fakhar Zaman as well. Warmer day in London. Cloud overhead just making it a little hazy at the moment. But good batting conditions. So Pakistan well on the way. Here's Chris Morris into the attack. Just a little overpitched. And down the ground from Imam, the 50 partnership.
On the ground. Beautifully played. Pakistan, they're under pressure. They haven't performed all that well in the tournament. What do you need? You need your openers to set a tone. They've done that. 50 and 7.1 overs. Perfect start.
They bat well together. These two for Pakistan, Imam and Fakhar. This is their seventh opening stand of 50. They average 55.2 opening together in one-day internationals. The balcony, watching on. Mickey Arthur there, second to the right with the sunglasses on his head. Be mighty pleased with what he sees so far. It's been a very difficult week for the Pakistan team since that defeat to India.
Yeah, Mickey Arthur, he'll be happy. Nothing better than an opening partnership just to settle that dressing room down. When you're in the field, obviously everyone is out and it's just the coaches that will be discussing things. When you're batting, opportunity to sit around in the dressing room, and everything has calmed down when your players get you off to a start. Gibson, he would have been hoping for a few wickets, not to be so far. So they might have to look at their plans going forward, how they're going to manage the process. Let's actually have a look at the game plan that Rabard has employed so far to go to Zaman. He's offered up some width, and he's so strong in that area. He has to be careful. If he comes over the wicket, he can't offer up any width. It needs to be really tight in the stumps. There's the example of what he wants to be. The option is to come around like he did against Monroe. He has some great success bowling to left-handers around the wicket. He tucks them up, cuts that handle down. Have a look at the percentages. His success rate over the wicket to left-handers 35 average, around the wicket 23. So I wouldn't be surprised if he decides to come around.
Through the gap. Oh, what frustration. There has been so few chances created even, and then it's Chris Morris finding the edge.
Extremely disappointing for the South Africans. Great delivery from Morris. Length is good, goes across and finds the edge. And you'll see Hashim Amla, he's basically at a second or third slip position. Sometimes captains do that, always trying to make him cover the rundown. But unfortunately that gap left. You're in England, so you've got to mind the gap.
Huge piece of luck for Pakistan. Two more boundaries off that over then. 54 without loss. Crowd still filling up here. Sunday in London. It is a sellout here for this match. I think there is so much riding on it for each team. Yeah, must-win encounter. Two teams have had a really up and down tournament. It's more down than up for South Africa. Pakistan, of course, buoyed by a surprise victory over England. Looking for that Yorker. He's still going over the wicket at this stage, Polly.
Yeah, he is maybe trying to get the ball to shape back at Zaman. But he's really potent with those, is KG. He doesn't mind trying it with the new ball in his hand. Some people are scared because the field's up. They don't like to venture up and go for the Yorker. Father Time sits on top of the clock here at Lord's. He's been around a lot longer than the rest of us.
South Africa have just got such a big task. Faf du Plessis has spoken about the mental approach, trying to put performances behind them and move on. The New Zealand defeat was a crushing one for them, and the captain said he felt like he aged during the course of that one game. Well bowled, but a big swing and a rare miss that time from Fakar.
Yeah, South Africa have been struggling. They needed to get off to a good start. Just getting up some great paces. Kahisa Rabada, 147 kilometres an hour. Zaman trying to open up that deep mid-wicket area. Bit of a baseball shot. First strike goes to KG.
Predominantly Pakistan supporters on the ground today, and they've had an awful lot to shout and cheer about already. Yeah, I mentioned the difficult week the team have had. Pakistan players taken an awful lot of flack, particularly on social media after the India loss. very, very passionate fans, and cricket does need passion. It comes in bucket loads. Pakistan are playing. There's some South African support.
Of social media interaction as well. Pakistan have that opportunity, the extra game in hand. If they can win today, their tournament's back on track. South Africa, there's a mathematical chance of them maybe getting through, but they have to win all three.
Beautiful delivery. Well bowled Ravada, 55 for none.
मैच काफी इंटेंस हो गया है. बॉल्स हैं कम और रन ज्यादा. 5 balls and 9 runs needed. A few extras would help. Share more this cricket season with 15% extra.
See the youngsters in the ground. An early taste of World Cup cricket. Now Hashim Amla is a little tighter at first slip now. I timed that one.
Very tempted to use the phrase, the horse is bolted, but I won't go there. I won't say that on air.
Yeah, there's a third man down on the boundary.
Just discussing the slope there. Ndile Pathlaquaya. Mention it to Quinton de Kock. Yeah, I actually quite like coming from the pavilion end, the end that Chris Morris is bowling from now, particularly with my game plan. I used to try and hover it around off stump, and to right-handed batsmen, they always thought the ball nipped down the slope, so they ended up playing at deliveries that they probably could leave alone. But if you were looking to get some shape, then I used to come to the commentary box and try and get the ball to swing and nip down the slope.
Just the 3 runs off the over from Morris at 58 without loss. Well, Pakistan very happy with that power play, and the problems are all with South Africa. How to break up this overs. Crucially for Pakistan, no wickets to have fallen. It's the end of the first power play then. Into the next phase of the game, and another change of bowling. So Andili Peklaqueo now replacing Rabada. 5 overs went for 22 runs. So he's opting for around the wicket but overstepping first up. And you talk about the slope there, can it also affect your run up as a bowler? It's putting you a little bit off balance.
Yeah, can play its part, but this isn't the ideal start for Peklaqueo. First delivery. Fakhar Zaman absolutely loves to go after the bowling. Now he gets a free hit. It's comfortably over on the line, which doesn't belong to the bowler. And you can't change the field. Got the extra man back, but this could be a no moment.
Well, it gave him some width. Well, it wouldn't have mattered if it was caught because it was the free hit. So he didn't get hold of that one.
He didn't middle it. I think hit at the bottom of the bat. Definitely the first session won by Pakistan, 58 without loss. Good start in that power play. It's their second best power play of the tournament. They got 69 without loss against England, which they went on to win. Others have been 45 for 3 against the West Indies, 51 for 1 against Australia, and 38 for 1 against India. So positive signs for Pakistan.
Something distracting, Imam. They've still got Amla there at slip. Yeah, baton pad. Well, strong power play for Pakistan then. Imam ul Haq and Fakhar dealing mostly in boundaries. Some wonderful strokes played. Some flair. 6 as well for Fakhar Zaman. Wonderful straight drive, well stopped. Good stuff from Rabada.
Good bit of commitment from Kagiso. That's what you absolutely love as a bowler. When you get delivery slightly wrong and it gets punched and looks like it could find its way to the boundary, someone dives and cuts it off. Senior pro Dumini appreciates the effort of the athletic Kagiso Rabada.
Well bowled, just inviting the drive outside off.
Have a look at those first 10 overs from a beehive perspective for South Africans. You can see how many deliveries are wide of that off stump, really wide, and that's going to bring about boundaries. Both these batsmen obviously left-handers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them have gone to the boundary with some width. Needed to be a little bit tighter, the opening pair for South Africa.
Again, looking to hit with the angle and down the hill. There are 2 men out. A deep mid-wicket and a deep backward square. This is Joel Wilson, the square leg umpire.
Just do rapid fire.
Oh, a bit of hesitation. That's the over. Let's keep things steady if you're Pakistan. 61 for none.
मैच काफी इंटेंस हो गया है. Balls हैं कम और runs ज़्यादा. 5 balls and 9 runs needed. A few extras would help. Share more this cricket season with 15% extra.
The change bowler's doing a decent job. Chris Morris bowled with such heart, didn't he? Probably in the last game, heartbreaking defeat to New Zealand, picking up 3 wickets in each of his last couple of matches.
Yes, as far as the tournament goes, I think Chris Morris has been very impressive. Wasn't in the initial team for. He's been very good in the 3 or 4 games that he has played. 6 matches, in fact, this one today. So he played in 5 others, 9 wickets at average of 20. Good economy rate. Twice he's got 3 wickets. So he's actually been the surprise package. Not a lot of people gave or had much faith in him before rocking up here at the World Cup. But as I say, a late inclusion. He's answered the call.
The batsman hasn't moved. Chris Morris was left looking at him mid-pitch. Imran Tahir, oh, he's certainly taken a stinger. Look at that.
Yeah, he's taken it pretty, but the clear thing we need to wait and see is the soft signal. Often these aren't shown too clearly on the television because you have to get out to that angle so quickly. What is the soft signal? It's what South Africa will be waiting on. They're going upstairs, but they believe it is not out. So that's interesting. There has to be evidence to convince the umpire that it is not carrying. They convinced, and Faf du Plessis is going to have a quick chat.
Director from third umpire, fair catch from you. We start with the front foot.
Tahir was not happy
Soft
to
signal,
leave,
not out.
but he took it.
That's fair delivery. We move on to your best angle of the catch. Thanks. Have we got anything else, or is that, can we zoom that up a little bit? We need conclusive evidence to overturn this soft signal not out. Yeah, no problem. Nice and slow if we can. Have we got another shot there, Gavin? The hands look separated there. I'm just trying to get that clear if I can. Thank you. Thanks, Gavin. Okay, thank you. Just have any conclusive evidence. Just roll that back, please. We freeze it as it looks like it's touching the ground. Just there. Okay, thank you. I'm ready to make my decision for the big screen.
This was feel like a controversial moment if you're a South African supporter. The captain, Faf du Plessis, clearly not happy, seemingly, with the soft signal. I do wonder, though, that if it had been soft signal out, would it have remained out? Looked to me as if the ball, having gone in the fingertips, bounced off the turf, and that's sort of what you see visually. Is that an accurate representation of what happened? It felt as if Tahir certainly felt it was a clean catch.
It was a very popular decision in the ground, a lot of Pakistan supporters, so they were pretty happy. It's also interesting to understand a few things. Dom seen is that square leg for the dismissal, so he turns around, he's within 25 meters of Imran Tahir. He was the one who gave the soft signal as not out. There we can see where he's standing at the edge of the square. He turned around quickly to have a look at it, and he was not convinced.
There he goes again. Bit of insult to injury, finding the gap beautifully for Carr.
So often it happens. Decision goes against you as a bowler. The next delivery ends up at the boundary. This could be a momentum shifter. Pakistan just got quiet for 2 or 3 overs. Now they have a decision that goes in their favour. If it gets on to the next one, puts it away to the boundary.
South Africa needed a break, and they thought that they'd got it. That's where you've got to really dig deep into your reserves.
It's interesting as a player in those situations as well. You know that it's made contact with your hands well above the ground. And then you feel that your 2 fingers, you'll see there, the spinning fingers, I think they are, of Imran Tahir, they get squashed into the ground. So he believes he's taken it comfortably above the ground. And when the ball's hit the ground, that it squeezed his fingers into the ground. And he has no doubt, he feels like he's got his 2 fingers underneath. That's why he's celebrating in that manner. He thinks it's clearly gone into his hands comfortably above the ground, and when it's hit the ground, he's felt the pressure on his fingers, so he believes that he's kept it squarely above the surface. Once it goes upstairs and once there's a soft signal, not out, it was never going to be out.
I think that's why we saw that reaction from first Imran Tahir and then for difficult if it is a close one like that. Got to go by the pictures.
This is the areas that Zaman likes to score. Offer him any width, he'll whack you hard through that offside, and if it's back of length, he'll play that pickup shot square of the wicket on the leg side. So strong in those areas. Have to be nice and tight on the stumps. Have a good area and good lengths.
Over 6 runs came off it. How damaging will that be for South Africa? 67 for none. Got to say ultimately that the umpires made the right decision according to the pictures. But we were then able to see, slowing it right down, close up, that psychologically it's a huge blow for Pakistan, South Africa now to fight back from.